Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna do some investigation on the steel mill in Bosnia that got closed. So we are going to Bosnia, the city of Zenica, and the steel mill. This is the steel mill, one of the biggest industries in Bosnia that got closed last week or the week before because of corruption by the politicians, the EU, America, Russia, infiltration in the political powers in Bosnia was the reason for the steel mill getting closed. The steel mill is 134 years old. It was established by the Austro-Hungarians. There was 1,900 workers, and all of this information you can take. The main powers in Bosnia right now is these guys, BHI and SDP, KF. The production cost in Bosnia for making steel and everything is $680 per ton. But, and you can go over here, if you screenshot everything, you can go over all the informations. It's gonna be a short video because it's my first like this video, so, and my English is not the best, so I can't do it like professionally. And I ain't a nerd, so I can't make any videos and all of that. I just made this. But the thing is, yeah, we can see the prices here. So they say that China is the cheapest, right? Wrong. We're gonna see in the next picture why it is wrong. Oh, we just went too far. So the reason like China is cheaper is because they're getting supported by the states, the industry, like in Turkey, like in China. So if Bosnia supported the industry the same way that China and Turkey is doing, the Bosnian price would be the cheapest, and you would have the price all the way down at $628 per ton. As well, I've done all the informations, why China is cheaper, how much they are supporting the industry, as well as Turkey. And as we see here, if we go to the ranking of pricing, you will see that Bosnia will come out as the cheapest if they get the same state supports, or what's it called? Yeah, support, like all the other countries. But these guys that are in the power in Bosnia right now were put in power by the West, by this guy who is the highly representative in Bosnia, the highest president that gets appointed by the West and Russia and China, whatever. But election night, when the other party, the Bosnian party, was gonna win, the election night after everybody have voted, when the voting places were closed, he went out and changed the law. So these three guys could win. That America supports, Europe supports, the highest representative from Bosnia that is appointed by EU and the West and its allies and friends, the UK, and everybody else supported them. They've been in power for 3.5 years. They have made a debt That's the only thing. They have closed the biggest industry in Bosnia because they don't know what they're doing. So all this information, you can go through it. They have 17 lawsuits against them. So honestly, it's just one big shit show. Another example of economic attacks against the Bosnian population and the Bosnian people by the West and its allies, because this is nothing else but an attack. They could go in and restructure the industry so they get the same support as other countries are giving their industry, and there will be more than what's it called? They will be able to concurrate with any nation, any country, if they just were on level playing fields. So, the reason why they changed the laws and why all of this is happening, the economic attacks, is because they removed SDA. SDA is the Bosnian party, it represents the Bosnians and are only trying to benefit Bosnians. They don't give anything about the West or the East or whatever. They're doing whatever is best for Bosnia. And as they are the only one who is putting the Western politicians that are put in power in Bosnia in check by suing them 17 times. We have the comments, what they said the day they changed the law. We have what the Americans, SDA, USA, UK, Europe said. We have where the borrowing went from the new parties that took over. These guys, where their money went and all the borrowing. So, there's elections soon in Bosnia. I would advise all the Bosnians to go and vote, because many didn't vote last time. Go and vote. You know who to vote for. Because honestly, these guys have destroyed the Bosnian economics. The Bosnian economics was so strong when SDA had the power that nobody could fuck with them. They needed to change the law to be able to put these three in power because they didn't have enough votes. And when they're telling lies about, the steel mill in Bosnia is not able to make a profit, then it's because all the other countries are, what's it called? Subsidizing their industries because of the subsidization. Those industries are able to go out and underbid Bosnia. And also they have made laws. There are laws in Bosnia right now that Turkey can import to Bosnia without no taxes. China, states, whatever. China is supported by the states, we all know this, as well as Turkey. So these three guys that is put in power by the West, by not going in and subsidizing the steel mill, they are making another attack on the Bosnian people or Bosnian population, because this is a very important industry in Bosnia. You can go in, read about it. I've just put a little together, but if anybody's interested, you have ChatGPT, you can go in and find out. Or if anybody wants me to go more in depth, I could do it, but I don't know. It's easy. The West is doing economic attacks against Bosnians again. And this is a prime example of how they are doing it. Put these guys in power. We're refusing to put the Bosnian industry on the same playing field as the rest of the world by not subsidizing the industry, by not giving them tax benefits. And we see now that it got closed, and now these countries who are subsidizing in a couple of years will remove the subsidizing, and the prices will go up, and people will be paying more because of they just closed one of the cheapest producing steel mills in the world. Actually, if you're gonna go with the figures, without any subsidization, it will be the cheapest. Because if you see, without China's subsidization, they would be paying 715 per ton. In Turkey, it would be 700. So, and Bosnia, without the subsidization, it's 680. So, another attack by the West on Bosnia and its people, on its economics, trying to destroy the economics of Bosnia. And the only people who are trying to do anything about it is SDA. So, to all my Bosnians, go out and vote. You know who to vote for. These guys are put in power by these guys and this guy. You can read the law, you can read what happened, all of this. This is not what I feel. This is proof. This is factual. And industry that is the cheapest at production, and which, if it was placed in any other country, this place would be making so much money, but because of three guys that were put in power by the West, it is now closing. So, what can we learn from this? The Bosnians are only friends. The Bosnians only Bosnians as friends. That is what I have to say. The Bosnians only have Bosnians as friends. Don't trust nobody. Don't believe nobody. Every time somebody tells you something, fact check. Like we fact check this, and we come to the conclusion that the Bosnian steel mill and the Bosnian production of steel is the cheapest in the world. But somehow not somehow, you can see how they put these three in power by changing the election laws and all of the laws in the country. Election night, when every poll was closed, every voting station was closed, they changed the laws so they can get these three in power, so they can economically destroy Bosnia. But hopefully, thankfully, we have SDA that hopefully, even though there's new election laws, they will win. So everybody, go out. Remember to vote. Don't allow these three to be in power, because these three are only representing these people and not the Bosnian people, not the 1,900 people who are working there, not the all the money. It's not supporting the Bosnians. These three guys are not supporting Bosnia. This guy is not supporting Bosnia. These people are not supporting Bosnia. So the Bosnians should only look at Bosnians as their friends, nobody else. That's all I have to say. A prime example of economic attacks and destruction of Bosnian economics by the West. Another example. We'll keep on giving examples for you, because these guys think people are dumb. But bro, we're not dumb. We can see with our eyes. Mathematically, it doesn't make sense that Bosnian steel industry is closed. It doesn't make sense. In no fucking part does it make sense that you don't go in and subsidize like every other nation is subsidizing this industry, and you are failing it. and failing all these people and failing the country. So these guys, in any other country, these guys would be treated like traitors. But right now, they're not treated like traitors, they're not in prison. But time will tell what will happen. See you guys next time. I don't know if this was informational for you, but I am not a nerd, so this is the best you're gonna get. See you guys next time. Bye.